Hello, Eurovision friends, and hola, hola, Eurofans. Today I want to talk about the 16 songs that are vying to represent Spain at Eurovision 2025. So, the 16 songs that are competing in Benidorm Fest 2025. And this video will have three parts. In the first part, I will give you my own personal subjective top 16, mi opinión personal. And then later on, I will kind of try to make a prediction who will win Benidorm Fest, and I will also let you know who I think should win Benidorm Fest to give Spain the best chance to get a good result and maybe even a win at Eurovision. So let's get right to it. Again, this is my top 16, and this is my personal subjective opinion. If you have a different opinion about one of the songs and you think I overlooked it or I completely missed why it's amazing, let me know in the comments why you love this song and try to convince me. Just telling me that I don't have taste or something like that doesn't really help with that. So again, own personal opinion. So the first six I don't really have in a ranking because I kind of feel similar about them, and I also kind of don't want to put a song in last place. So these first six are in a random order. So first off, I have Reinas by Sonia y Selena. I'm a bit conflicted about this one because I kind of really want to like it because the theme of the song is really, really cool. They sing Let's Dance like before when we were queens. Reinas means queens. And so it's a song about, even though you are ladies of a certain age, and I think I can say that because they say it in the lyrics, you want to have a good time and you are still great and beautiful, kind of the theme of Sora in a way as well. And they sing Put On Our Song from before. And that's the main problem with the song. It feels like they think about a time when they were 20 years old, and they also have a song that sounds like a song that might have been current when they were 20 years old. So a bit of time has passed since then. And so the song is very old-fashioned. I think it could be a guilty pleasure, and it could grow on me quite a little bit. But until now, I've listened to it like 3 or 4 times. It hasn't quite hit yet. I think the performance will be really fun to look at and really entertaining to watch. So it's great that they're in there, but it hasn't convinced me 100% yet. Next, I have Mel Umana. I guess that's how it's pronounced. And I'm a Queen. The thing that kills it for me, this song, is when she does the baby voice. Like a few parts in the song, she changes her voice to this very nasal, baby voicey thing. And I just cannot stand that, unfortunately. Otherwise, the music is quite cool. It switches in tempo, so it's not that repetitive and not that boring. There are things happening. But to me personally, I just can't quite deal with the baby voice. The start is great as well. I was really interested to hear how the song goes on. But, I told you why I don't really like it yet. Here, I guess I have to say again, es mi opinión personal. This is my personal opinion. I am guessing, I haven't read any of the comments or any of the forums or anything like that this is one of the fan favorites, maybe. It's an interesting song. She sings about all the qualities that a diva has, and then she says that she is the diva, which I find a bit self-indulging in a way. And she also sings one of the qualities a diva has and what makes her special is the voice. She sings her voice makes her big and important. And in the studio version, I don't hear that big, important voice yet. I hope it comes through in the live performance. It's kind of 90s Spanish disco. So again, it could be a guilty pleasure and I might love it in a few weeks or days even. But until now, I don't see the appeal quite yet, but I think this will do quite well with the Benidorm audience, if you get what I mean. Then I have Te Escribo en el Cielo by Lucas Ban. This is also a song that a lot of people will like. It's very sweet and soft, and the style is just not my cup of tea. It's just a bit too soft and a bit too sweet for me. This is one of 2 ballads in the whole competition, so it might do quite well and might do better than people are expecting, but it's just not my sort of thing. There is something missing for me personally to really get into the song. Then we have Radio di Sole by Mawat. I love Italian, as you know, if you've been to this channel, and the chorus is in Italian, which is quite cool. I think most people who don't speak Spanish or Italian will notice that the language changes. It sounds like 2000s disco, is very repetitive, and that is the main reason why I can't quite get into this song either. And now we are entering the top 10 with Me Gustas Tu by Kingdom. This also feels a bit repetitive, to be quite honest. There's not a lot of structural or tempo changes in the song, none at all actually. Feels a bit monotonous to me. Kind of gets boring after 2 minutes. But this also could be a grower. There were a few songs in Benidorm the last couple of years that kind of sounded similar to this one, and I fell in love with them later on, so that might happen here. But at the moment, it just feels a bit too repetitive. I do like the sweet vocal tone that she has, but something more special needs to happen for me to really fall in love with this song. In ninth place, I have Bésame by Carla Frigo, which is a song I almost forgot to put into the top 10, and I wondered why I only have 15 songs. That might not be the best sign for this song. It is kind of repetitive. I think the switch to English at the end wasn't really necessary. Spanish is a really cool sounding and also very popular language at the moment, so you don't really need that. However, that kind of works. It's not that disjointed at the end, but there's also something missing for me, and that's why it's in ninth place. In eighth place, and this is a song that got into my playlist after the first listen, and then I listened to it a lot, and I kind of grew tired of it a little bit, but it's still a good song. It sounds current and cool. It is, however, a bit uneventful, I would say. There's not a lot of changes within the song in tempo, in structure. I think this depends very much on the staging, and I think this could have a great staging with a big dance routine. It feels a bit like the Chanel a little bit. Like they could make this into a great stage show. There's no dance break, but this could work on the stage better than it does in the studio version. And of course, for Eurovision, the stage show is also very important. The lyrics are also kind of superficial. If you know this channel and you know me, you know that I don't really like lyrics that don't really have a big meaning. This is another song about going out and meeting someone and wanting to dance with them, basically. In seventh place, I have No Lo Ves by Henry Semler, which is the other ballad in the mix. Only 2 ballads in the whole competition, which could help this stand out. And this one is more of a standard pop ballad, standard structure, than the other one. So this one might be a dark horse, maybe, if you think that a lot of the songs, like 14 of the 16 songs, are party, high energy in some way, and there are only really 2 ballads. That could help it stand out. The lyrics are kind of sweet. It's about, well, sad, sweet. It's about how nothing makes sense anymore because the significant other has left him or is no longer there. However, the fact that it is a standard ballad also makes it a little bit boring. Like, it's not innovative or anything like that, but still a song that I can get behind. Then in sixth place, this is kind of mostly because of the lyrics, I think. I do like the beat, the staccato beat at the beginning. Then it kind of turns into a 90s pop song in the chorus, and then you have the staccato beat again. The structure is interesting. I don't really think the 2 parts go together all that well. What I love about the song are the lyrics. She sings, "I don't want to be empowered. I just don't want to see your face anymore." And she also sings, which is my favorite part of the song, "I lack talent to allow myself to gain weight." So the whole song is kind of about this concept of being a strong woman, a feminist that isn't bothered by anything and is very empowered and strong. And she kind of sings that she doesn't want to do that. She just wants to be herself. And she also says that she is in danger of losing her good feminist card. So kind of interesting lyrics. The music is good as well. That is why it's my number 6. In fifth place, I have Nana by Daniela Blasco. You might say, well, if you don't like repetitive songs, why do you like this one? I don't really know. It's a feeling. It's subjective, obviously. There are some things about the song, like we're stuck together like gum, or using gasolina and papi in the song, which is a bit trite, and they could have come up with a bit better lyrics. They're kind of, superficial, but Chanel's song also had superficial lyrics and was a great stage show and did really well, and I like it, so that doesn't have to mean all that much. I love the changes in the song. There are lots of things happening. There's a rap parts, then there's a bit of a cheesy chorus with the ooh na na, which is kind of my least favorite part of the song, apart from some of the lyrics. But the tempo change in the last 30 seconds is really what made me kind of appreciate the song even more. I think the tempo change could have started a bit earlier. I love songs like that that get faster as they go along, like Shum a little bit. Great for the gym as well. It could have started a bit earlier, but I think the stage show could be really impressive, especially with that tempo change in the end, with quicker dance moves, faster dance moves, and like a really big finale. So this is one to watch as well, I do think. In fourth place, I have Amor Barato, Cheap Love by David Afonso. Why is this in fourth place? I love the tropical feel to the chorus. It kind of sounds a bit like Mark Anthony in the chorus a little bit. And I love Mark Anthony and this type of song. Obviously, he doesn't have the voice and the timbre of Mark Anthony, but still I see it a little bit in there with a great stage show, with a tropical feel or something. This could really come alive as well. A bit of issue with some of the lyrics. Again, he sings, "I'm like a sad dog running after a bone." Why? Why did you have to put that in the song? It's also a bit uneventful. It kind of goes through the motions and not that much is happening. So a bit of oomph would have been nice, and this could have been in my top 3, but still one of my favorite songs of Benidorm, at least at the moment. All of this can change, obviously. In my third place, I have La Pena by De Teresa. Why? Because I love the lyrics of this. In the lyrics, she kind of personalizes pain and says that all the men are basically useless, and if she had to marry someone, it would be her pain, which is kind of sad, but it's also an interesting way to tell a story and let the audience know what you want to transmit, which message you want to transmit, instead of just saying I'm sad because he left me, like some of the other songs. So I like that part. I also like the traditional elements and instrumentation in the chorus quite a bit. The bridge is quite like it's from a musical. So overall, the song has a really interesting structure. It's not boring at any moment. It keeps you engaged throughout the whole 3 minutes. And so good lyrics with a good musical structure, if you know this channel, mean something good for me. And that is why it is my number 3. In second place, I have La Casa. This is probably the highest it is in any of the top 16s, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen any of them. But I love, as I've said, Mark Anthony. I love Celia Cruz. And especially the beginning of the song kind of reminds me of that type of music. The song is not as good as some of their songs, but obviously that's not going to happen. I love her voice as well. It's this great smoky voice, a great tone to it, very unique. You will recognize it. And the lyrics are good as well. She sings, basically, I don't want to see you anymore. Just keep the house. I'm just going to leave with your clothes. So kind of a strong woman lyric as well, which is cool. A staging with a band, with a tropical feel will make this stand out. And I think it would be cool to have a song like that in a style like that at Eurovision. I don't quite think it will win, but I'm very happy that it's there. So great. Well done, Celine Van Heel. Maybe someone can tell us in the comments whether she's Dutch or something, or whether that's just an artist name. Now, if you know the 16 songs, you already know what my number 1 is, and that is Artita de Llorar by La Chispa. Why? This song kind of has everything that I want in a song. If you've seen this channel, you might have guessed that. It has amazing lyrics. It's about mental health struggles, going through depression. She sings, I have lots of WhatsApp messages, but I feel very alone. All I can do is be on the sofa watching shows. But then she also says, and that's what I like about the song, there's a development. It's not about the depression as such. It's also about coming out of it. She says, I'm fed up crying. That's the title of the song, Hartita de llorar. I swear I will find myself. And at the very end, she also says, I love myself, which is a big statement for a song about depression. And the voice also adds to this meaning of the song. It's very soft at the beginning when she sings about the depression, but then when the chorus kicks in and she talks about the pain and wanting to get rid of it, her voice almost has like a flamenco feel to it, a traditional feel, which I love so much, uniting this very modern song with these very traditional vocal styles. And of course, the vocal style also helps bring out the pain that she feels. She sings the song Lágrimas, so tears, when she does this vocal exercise in a way. And I just really love that. The structure of the song also kind of goes with that, soft at the beginning, and then this really explosion in the chorus. And then at the end, she just accepts herself. And I really love it. I love that they fuse modern music with traditional elements, great lyrics. So what else can I ask for? I really love this song. I really hope that she can sing this live, deliver this live, that they have a good staging. And then I don't see why this should not win Benidorm. Let's talk about who should win according to me. Again, that's my opinion. I think that, like, who gave Spain the best chance of winning Eurovision is the question. And Unana has the elements that people like about Spanish music, I think, a bit of a stereotypical image of Spanish music as well, but that's good for Eurovision because that's what people expect in a way. You have the gasolina and the papi and all of that. And also the structure of the song is cool. It's a bit repetitive, I said, but that's good for Eurovision. It stays in your ear, it's catchy. So this could be one to watch, especially with the staging. This could really come to life even more. And then everything I have said about Hartita de llorar is also true for why I think this should go to Eurovision. It will stand out. It's not too traditional for the juries. I think they could go for it. It has elements that are appealing to the televoters as well. So I think Hartita de llorar is Spain's best chance this year at Eurovision. Let's wait for the live shows. Everything can change after that. But I would be very happy if this was the Spanish entry. Then, last but not least, who will win? I think it will be either Hartita de llorar, as I've said. You've heard why I think this song is amazing. But then I also think that Melody and Esa Diva could be the Sora of this year in a way, like the fan favorite that people really get behind, and maybe the jury also gets behind it. Unana could win. Lots of possibilities, but I think the most probable one is Hartita de llorar. As always, I would like to know in the comments who your favorite is, who you think should win, and who you think will win. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my videos, and I will see you next time. See you then, and bye-bye.